Hello, Brett. My name is Josh, and I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Like the atheist I am, I guess that's my tendency, is to burst bubbles, because all of us are the same. I just recently got done watching Atheism Parenting, Why Atheists Should Not Breed. Now, really, I didn't want to make a video response to you because you don't deserve it. You went through your whole video. Here's where I would normally be, starting off by saying what I liked about your video and what you did well. But there's really nothing redemptive about your video. It's pointless rambling of a frustrated individual. But I felt this may be a way for me to vent after seeing such a terrible piece of garbage. And I also wanted to admit that I'm pretty sure you're just trolling. That's the reason why you attack atheism, is because you want the response. You enjoy the response. You're pretty sure that you're wrong. You know for a fact that not all atheists are bad people, but yet you're gonna go and create this fictional group of what atheism is. That'd be like me saying all Christians believe one thing or another. Especially, it's true with atheism. We don't adhere to a book. We don't adhere to... There's no atheist Bible. There's no atheist standard of beliefs. But you know that already, because you've been an atheist for 10 years, right? So, Brett, have you ever stopped to think that maybe the reason why people don't like you consistently in life, no matter whether you're a Christian or an atheist, have you ever considered that it may be you? That maybe you're a jerk in real life? That maybe you're gullible? That maybe it's you to blame? I'm just saying maybe. I don't know. I don't know you, but you apparently know me, because you can blanketly attack all atheists. Now, I like the part where you blatantly show your incoherence by saying, because if you're a retarded ass piece of crap atheist, obviously that's not obtuse and doesn't warrant any negative response by blanketly stating prejudicially that all atheists are retarded ass pieces of crap. I love the use of the R word. And then you go on, and in your video you say, although Christ says to love your enemy and your neighbor and so forth, which whenever you start a sentence with although, and when you start a sentence with although Christ, it almost indicatively implies that you're about to decline what Christ says. How very Christian of you. And then you talk about maybe they need a good punch-in. So you go and have you ever noticed that getting a punch in your mouth can really make you think twice and make you think, man, what I said was wrong. Now, just a question. Have you ever thought about punching yourself in the face before or after making your videos? Actually, that'd be great. Make a video, then punch yourself in the mouth, and then that maybe cause you to think about whether you should upload this shit or not. And then you ask if there's not one rational reason for having an atheist to have a child. How about it feels good? Not just the sexual part, but being a parent, making a connection with another human being, both in marriage and in parenthood, those feel pretty good, and that's pretty rational reason to want to do something. It's actually, I think feeling good is the most rational reason for wanting to do something. And I think that helping people and raising people and all that is a good feeling. And then you also pointed out in your video that atheists, because only atheists had a problem with the Pope saying that condom use in Africa is bad. Now, see, have you heard of a thing called AIDS? It's a sexually transmitted disease. And maybe someday you'll pick up a book and you'll read it, and it'll have some science in it, and it'll explain to you what AIDS is. Because I think AIDS is the reason why people were offended by the Pope not suggesting not wear condoms. And again, I guarantee that a majority of the people who were against the Pope saying that were not atheists. I guarantee it. And then you point out that there's no future, that atheists have no future, and so that humanity has no future, that we're going to die and dark in an empty place. And then you say that for an atheist to bring in children, it would be immoral. So, going back, two minutes in your video, you say atheists don't have morality. So all of a sudden, we should be moral and not have children because of your back-ass logic? And then you go, earlier in your video though, I did want to point this out, that you praise Muslims for taking atheists out of their houses and beating them. And then you say they took it a little bit too far in chopping some of their heads off. And then you go about and turn around, again, that's a check on freedom of speech, which apparently you're not very good American. But you then turn morality around and say, you shouldn't teach your children to swear. But it's alright if they kill atheists. It's totally fine, because atheists don't share the same beliefs that you do, so, I mean, it's on them. They can die. So, Brett, you really should, as many people have tried to influence you to, because you're a worthless piece of garbage who should keep his opinion to himself, you really should consider not vlogging anymore. I mean, I know you've been at it for a while and it hasn't been successful yet, and all you're doing is spewing hatred to anybody who you can, and Christians, atheists. I mean, you pick your sides and you go at it with total inconsideration of the fact that all these people are human beings. I mean, really, if you haven't improved over 10 years, because you do look like someone who's surprising that you can work a camera and a computer well enough to edit a video and put it onto YouTube. And it's still very raw. I mean, after 10 years, wouldn't you realize that there's a good chance that potentially you should stop? Well, maybe, but until then, peace. I hope that life treats you well. I'm sorry to hear about all of the struggles that you've gone through with the health issues. I don't know what else to say. Good luck.